bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Happy Friday, all you fine Buckeye fans. Timmy Hall back here with you, spending 4 days this week with my good friend, the Common Man. I like to leave the show in good hands when I'm gone, and I thank everybody for filling in and doing a wonderful job. Hearing Tyvis, and Tim, if you can figure that one out and catch my drift. That was good yesterday. A lot of Buckeye content coming your way tonight, as you would expect on this show, and some fun because it's a Friday night, and we like to set the weekend off the right way. Cam back there getting extra work this week. Cam, hop on there for a second. Our buddy Cam Taylor, who's been at this for a few months now, getting a lot of pops in that booth there in the control room and doing updates, getting better. This is a busy week for you because you've got a day job and then you've been rolling over here in 5 straight nights producing this fine show. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a blast. Getting to hear Tyvis and Tim May and DeVere and Tito talk sports just right in front of me through the glass. It's been awesome.
Right there in front of you. Yeah. Could you ever have imagined all of this?
I mean,
look at this. Look at us.
Dream bigger, Cam.
Nothing much else to add, right? Here we are. So we've got some fun stuff coming up tomorrow as well on The Fan. I want to get people excited for not just tonight, but what we got coming up tomorrow. It always starts with a 9 a.m. tee to green. So you get your golf talk, and we are geeking out on the Open Championship and all that. So we've got
getting live updates going.
Live updates. We've got Peter Millar quarter zip versus Travis Matthew quarter zip tonight from Austin. Yeah. So it's fantastic stuff. And I was hoping that went without saying. Did we even say that my man Austin Ward is here once again?
I am here.
Yes.
I'm here, Tim.
Austin, our Ohio State football expert extraordinaire from the podcast, Dotting the I. He is here with us. Always good to have him. He was here with us last Friday for a Power 5 Friday, so that was awesome. But tomorrow, after we do our normal Saturday swings, tee to green, Fan Sports Saturday, I believe it's Tyvis and Reeser back together again. I know Reeser had some vacay as well. Then we've got a Buckeye Replay episode at 1. We're going to listen to another bowl game. JT Barrett is going to be my guest.
Ooh.
Right at 1 o'clock. One of the legendary Ohio State football players of the last 20 years. And we'll hear some snippets. We'll hear some clips from JT at 7:19 tonight. So a little bit of what we get into and what we delve into. And then it's that Cotton Bowl game, his last game at Ohio State.
Oh, that's the best you could give him. Come on, Timmy.
I know, man. We had to stay with our theme. Sooner or later, we're not going to have a theme.
Yeah.
And we're just going to try to pick awesome games all the way around.
Well,
not like
we'll talk about it when it comes, but it was amazing that he was even playing in that game.
Last game as a Buckeye. Where else are you going to go? What else are you going to do?
Rest your knee after you had surgery right before the Michigan game?
No.
I will say this for JT Barrett. I think he's one of the most underappreciated Ohio State quarterbacks, maybe Ohio State players that I've covered in the last dozen years.
100%. We were calling for his removal the second we got a peek at Dwayne Haskins. For a guy that put up that many numbers, scored that many touchdowns, and just played with a lot of heart, too. And he was never really the more outspoken guy. He was never out there looking for a sound clip. He was more a guy that wanted to be behind the scenes. And then people would question his ability to even be a quarterback because he was more of a soft-spoken guy publicly. But if you will talk to his friends, like I talked to Tyvis, and he'll say, oh, man, he's not that way around me. He has got a bubbly personality. He's really a funny guy, and he opens up in his private life.
Well, he started that way as well. If you think about in 2014 when everyone was rallying around JT, and it was their first look at him, and it was the first time that he was in public and talking to the media. And I'm with Tyvis. I always had a very good relationship with him, and over time, it stayed well. Like, we saw him on the Buckeye Cruise. It was great to catch up with him then. But once you got to 2017, and he had been doing this now for 4 years in the spotlight, under scrutiny, people talking about Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow, he stopped speaking out and showing as much of that personality publicly. It was still there behind closed doors. and the conversations, the pregame speeches, the things that he did in the locker room, that never really faded. But I do think that he got fatigued, understandably, from, the criticism about him, which, like, what more could he have really done? He was winning virtually every game he played. He was putting up records that nobody ever did. He was beating Michigan every single time he played them, and he was taking Ohio State to Big Ten champions.
And look, he just was not going to appear way up on NFL draft boards.
No.
We knew it for a long time going in. And just so you guys know, I don't pepper him about that in our interview.
It's going to be about other things.
It's going to be about more pleasant things. You were never really a big NFL prospect, were you there, JT? No, we're not talking about stuff like that, because why? We're having a nice, pleasant time here, getting ready for, again, we get into that. This was a game that, despite it being a Cotton Bowl, this is the world we live in now, right? And it's kind of unique in that way that you've got a big-time bowl game on the marquee, but we get exhausted as college football fans. And that's exactly why the sport has tried to figure some things out and try to go with a more deeper college football playoff, because you don't want to see big-time bowl games like that be shirked off as meaningless. But JT's great, and he's an assistant quarterbacks coach with the Detroit Lions. So we talk a little bit about that, because that's a hot team right now, and he's got himself in a good position. And it's also funny, and you'll hear in some of the clips at 719 that it wasn't really something that he wanted to do, but every fan thought it for him. He was that perfect candidate to be the coach, right? We don't see you being a gunslinger in the National Football League, but man, you put up buckets of touchdowns. No one's touching that. And everybody gravitates towards you. You're a leader. So why wouldn't you become a great, at the very least, quarterbacks coach, which is what you do?
He's one of those people that was born to do it. And I think he got sick of people saying that about him in college.
Yeah, maybe that was the thing.
Your destiny is eventually going to come calling. He tried a number of other things to avoid getting into coaching before I think he was like, you know what? Maybe everyone else was right about me. And guess what? I think he's doing a pretty good job. And I will be stunned, Timmy, if someday he is not a coach at Ohio State in some form or fashion. Stunned.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunned.
It's almost just like this place, if you've done enough for this place and you mean something bigger in this town, like Brian Hartline.
Well, look at Brian Hartline,
like
James Laurinaitis. Look at Tim Walton. These things, and it makes it so much easier.
He's JT friggin' Barrett, we don't need to...
You don't have to overthink it.
You're right. He was put down too much and too quickly. You don't have to think of him as the best quarterback that ever did it here at Ohio State. And you can separate numbers from that, from just being the best. But what's wrong? If you want to, criticize him because he didn't get to have the ball when they won the national championship, he was hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would have wanted to, right? And would like to think as a competitor that he would have led them to a title as well. And you might disagree, but we'll never know.
Wouldn't have been in position to get there without him gutting through some injury and tough situations at Penn State.
What about the Michigan State game?
Long touchdown run.
Come on.
He was as good as he ever was.
It's as good as it gets
with
in
Michael
that Michigan
Thomas
State
in
game.
The Michigan State game, putting that third and long throw down the sideline, dropping it in the bucket, and then the long touchdown run and the longest seeming touchdown run of all time against Minnesota, getting through that game in the snow. There is no Cardale Jones story if JT Barrett doesn't put them in position. I think that's obvious to everyone who's in range of our voice right now. They know that and they remember it fondly. But there are some people that I think over time they focused on the way, the games that they didn't win in 16 and 17 and held that against JT Barrett because you knew what was coming down the road with Dwayne Haskins and you had Joe Burrow. And that sort of obscures everything he gave over the entirety of that career.
I hope you guys enjoy Buckeye Replay. It'll start with me and JT Barrett tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And it's also, you mentioned Cardale Jones, the long-awaited perfect example. You do enough for Ohio State, even in a vacuum, you can have a name for yourself and you can be a public figure here for a long, long, long time. And Cardale's got this charity softball game that we've been partnered up with for years now.
Yep.
And tomorrow I will be out there with Dane Sonsenbacher. So that's going to be the broadcast crew. It's one of those things for me where I'm always a little bit nervous, but then I settle in and I just choose to have fun with it because I'm not normally a play-by-play guy, but I've had cups of coffee filling in doing high school football, and that through the years And sometimes I would just push Matty Andrews out of the way just to chime in, like when we were doing Emeka Egbuka winning the home run derby last year.
There's a homer to win it. He's going to do it. Yep, he did it. Bat flip.
Way back, deep left field. Gone.
Thanks, Chris.
Back, gone.
Well, here's the thing, Tim. If you treat it like it's a real game and you need to do play-by-play, I think you're doing it wrong. The thing is for fun.
It's a charity softball game.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this would be Matty Andrews just getting all pissed off about the lineups changing and guys aren't, hitting in the correct order that was on our sheet. This is not what was in the pregame lineup. Who's at second base right now? I don't know.
The answer is who
Chris
cares?
Fields, maybe. I think that's him out there.
Someone who played or plays for the Buckeyes is out there, and that's all you need to know.
They just want fun home run calls, and sometimes Common Man will write something down and tell me to work it in, and then I will try to do it.
So it's a 1-0 count, 1 out as Boom Heron digs in. Sends this
see
one
ya.
out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Tarek El Moussa, way out. Home run, Boom Heron.
That's because we're fans of Flip or Flop on Home and Garden.
Of course.
With Tarek and Christina El Moussa.
And so that's a flip. That's not a flop.
That's a flip. That's a bat flip right there. And Christina's been married 3 times since dumping that guy. I don't know what's up with her right now. We've got Austin Ward in here talking some Buckeye football. We're going to get more into it here. We've got some more proof for how excited you are for this team in 2024. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safelite Bob Discount Furniture and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center August 1st through 4th. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2024 to purchase your tickets today.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Fair banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
At Glow Fiber Business, your business is our priority. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic solutions, Glow Fiber Business delivers the fast, reliable, and scalable fiber internet your business needs to grow, all backed by the superior local customer support you deserve. Glow Fiber is here, and we mean business. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com to switch today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 TV Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens with your latest forecast. This evening, we'll see mostly clear skies and comfortable weather. Temperature falling through the 70s and into the low 60s overnight. Outlying areas likely into the upper 50s. Saturday will bring back more sunshine and temperatures in the mid-80s. We'll be into the mid to upper 80s Sunday with more sunshine, no rain chances until we head toward next week. I'm 10 TV Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Just counting down the days to March Madness. Back to the Buckeye Show.
Happy Friday, all you fine Buckeye fans. So good to be here with you. Thanks for getting your weekend started with us. Austin Ward is here with me. Before we talk Buckeyes again, I need to tell you about my good friends at Tri-State Men's Health. It must be nice to be a stallion like Austin, but some of us need some extra help. And if you are suffering from erectile dysfunction, you need erectile function, right? Tri-State Men's Health could help get things pointed up or in the right direction. Ooh. If you know what I'm talking about.
Whatever could you mean, Timmy?
And I think that you do. So you can call them at 800-900-9654. Check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. ED is one of those emotional, also physical relationship killers. It's one of those things that if you don't get treated the right way, this can cause you significant issues going forward. So don't let it get to that. It's a terrible condition. It causes stress in relationships, and you just don't want that, especially when Tri-State Men's Health is waiting right there, and they can help you. They got 6 locations. They got the 2 here in Central Ohio, the one in Hilliard right off 270. I checked them out for my low testosterone treatment. We can high-five each other on the way in and out the doors. You're hanging out in the lobby, sipping on coffee, getting free waters and mints and all those good things. So great.
You're always promising high fives in there. Every time. Do you deliver on that?
There's a hologram of me for when I'm not actually there.
Okay.
And you can just pretend that I'm there and give me that high five. Woo, baby.
That makes sense.
Things are pointing up. Yes, they are. Tri-State Men's Health. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you. So, Austin, we're getting ready for Big Ten Media Days next year. One of the things I also wanted to do and hit on here is we did on last week's show, when you and I were together, we were looking at all of those storylines for Buckeye football that were dominating the offseason. We did sort of a show-long Power 5 for that. So we had number 1, Chip Kelly's arrival. Chip Kelly being involved in this program. That was your number 1. Then we had, different guys that were joining us on the program get to pick theirs as well. Pat Murphy for Beers and Buckeyes. He said Will Howard in the quarterback situation. Yes, absolutely. Then Adam King from 10 TV. He'll saunter in here at 7:33 tonight. He's doing some NIL stuff. He's actually going to be talking to some big-time Buckeyes tonight, so he'll fill us in on what was said. He said Caleb Downs.
No.
No, you said Caleb Downs. It was back to you for number 3.
King is the one who wasted his picks on 4 and 5. I did not waste. He left me more to talk about tonight.
That's where we're going to get to. My mistake. How can I do that
Don't
to you?
put that evil on me.
How can I do that to you? Caleb Downs could have been the number 1 thing.
Could have been.
Honestly, coming into this football season. Quinshon Judkins and Trey Henderson at the running back position. That was a King pick. And then King went kind of off the board. But it's a big deal. It's an X-Factor guy. Sonny Styles and his impact, switching positions. But there's about a million other things. Where are you going to go next? Maybe some of the more underlying storylines, but also really, really big ones.
Yeah, well, I don't think that you can skip over the offensive line the way that Adam King did.
I said that at the very end of the show.
Yeah, it's critical. If this team is going, you mentioned it, and I would have mentioned it, but King did not. So when he gets in here later in the show, we'll say, hey, buddy.
Does it surprise you?
We love Adam King.
We do.
But he's going to talk about Quinshon.
Is a unique word.
It is. It means a lot of different things to some people. You're going to talk about Quinshon and Travion and just assume that they're going to be able to do all that by themselves with no offensive line opening up holes for them. This run game, I think, is going to be much better. It also feeds into what I talked about with Chip Kelly. This is going to be the primary area that he's looking to make some changes and help improve the overall offense. But they've got to get that figured out starting on August 1st. I think that my wager would be on Tegra Shabola playing right guard for this team. But it could also be Carson Hinsman. It could also be Luke Montgomery. Those are three very good options. And I think the end result, at some point, this Ohio State offensive line is going to get to the point that the fan base, the coaching staff, Travion, Quinshon, Will Howard, Devin Brown, anybody else they want it to be. But we don't know definitively who is going to complete that five as we sit here right now.
I think you're looking at three players in particular that have to be amazing for you. And this is because I expect big things out of Donovan Jackson that I'm not saying his name for this. I'm talking about Simmons and Fryer and Seth McLaughlin, who comes in from Alabama. You get dominant play, left tackle, skip a spot, center, skip a spot, right tackle. If those guys are all awesome and play up to their standard, everything is going to flourish in this offense. You can basically boil down the offense to how great are those three guys going to be? Because you're talking about limiting penalties. You're talking about minimizing holding calls on the outside against some of the better edge rushers that you're going to go up against. And you're talking about a center who is snapping the ball on time, on point, and also minimizing false starts and relaying everything that he's seeing on those defensive fronts to his quarterback and to the coaches on the sideline with how the game develops. I think that's going to be paramount to how everything shakes down.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point, Tim, and also an interesting way to look at this Ohio State offensive line is that we can look at all five of those spots really from a year ago. Now, Matthew Jones is not there. Doesn't really matter that much, but if we're going to include Carson Hinsman in that conversation, that would give us five guys with a decent amount of body of work for us to look at. And Josh Fryer, he was actually much better, I think, than he tends to get credit for. He finished last year. He only gave up 12 pressures for the entire year. He was one of the best tackles in the country, starting tackles, at avoiding that. The problem was every time he seemingly gave up a pressure, it turned directly into a sack. So if you cut down on that and the things don't turn into disaster, that helps. Josh Simmons, you mentioned that, cutting down on the penalties. Donovan Jackson, he's been the most consistent probably of that entire group, but when there have been lapses and there was a little bit of a mix-up then, a tangling of feet there on the last play offensively for Ohio State in the game, that maybe if the interior offensive line holds up better, Kyle McCord has time to get that ball up to Marvin Harrison and it ends differently. So that's the thing. That's the one or two plays for all of them. And they have another year of starting experience, excluding Matthew Jones, where they take a step forward.
But also, what about Will Howard? What about Will and how he helps those guys out, bails those guys out when they do have a bad snap, when they do have a bad play?
Yeah.
That's going to be about having that mobile quarterback that can see it almost before it happens. Does he have that innate ability because he's played so much college football and he's got that mobility? That's going to be a big thing. So I saw today, and you saw this too, Austin, that the season ticket sales are going really well. In this economy, that's great, right? That's great. I mean,
and
I
with
think
this schedule?
With this schedule, this is not something to actually overlook because that is how we keep coming back to saying, despite all the years we've been here, all the big football seasons with lots riding on it going in, none have ever been bigger than this one that we are staring down the barrel. An expanded playoff, not beating Michigan, not even getting to your conference championship game, which is just a given for this program in recent years. That's what you got. And so far, it's the highest sales mark in 15 years going into the season. And there's still time to buy up a lot more. We just heard the Dispatch said this yesterday. Sales that ended in June surpassed the 56,484 mark for non-student season ticket sales. That's what the mark was sold in 2022. That was the highest since 2009. So you're ready. You're excited. So are we.
Do you have your round of applause sounder ready to go again that I got earlier on? Because Ohio State fans deserve it for this. Because this schedule.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, this is for those Ohio State fans.
The schedule sucks.
The schedule's
for the
terrible.
non-con.
And the tickets are not getting any cheaper, as you mentioned.
And everything else in our lives is expensive.
Everything is expensive.
We can't get a burger out there like we used to be able to.
Going to games is never going to get any cheaper. I wish it would, but it's like we're way past that, especially now with everyone preparing for revenue sharing and all the other things, and like paying for food at the stadium, paying for parking, dealing with the traffic, like having those beers there. Like I understand. I only go I get paid to be there, but when I go to concerts or other events at the Horseshoe, it's like that gives me a whole nother appreciation for Ohio State fans. And like the ones that sit in C-Deck, Allie and I were up there for Taylor Swift, and I'm like, this is crazy. These are dangerous. Going up and down these stairs.
Lightheaded.
Like this is wild.
I like to watch.
Yeah. Well,
I like to get up there
and never move.
I like to sip on a soda and lean up against one of the brick walls and watch people just sort of pop their heads up from the stairs. Just to see the huffing and puffing that's going on.
How much further do I have to go?
It's great.
So,
it's great fun.
So I say all that to give great credit to Ohio State fans, like backing it up that they've been involved in NIL, not just companies but individuals, and then they go out there and they're still spending their money to be in the stadium, to be in the Horseshoe, buying tickets and making sure that they can be part of that and putting this program on the footing that it needs and wants to be. So kudos to Ohio State fans for that.
I got asked something today about the Ohio State offense, and I think the answer is yes, but I couldn't be sure, so I'm going to see if Austin can help clear it up. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The Fan is live and local with Morning Juice, Caffeinate, and Dominate.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family, plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Don your scarlet and gray and join the Columbus Symphony for a night of fight songs, battle cries, Carmen, Ohio, and more. Special guest appearances include Brutus Buckeye and the Ohio State Cheer Team. Pack your picnic basket and join the fun at the first big tailgate party of the season, topped off with fireworks. July 26th and 27th. Get your tickets today at picnicwithapops.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
I'm a firm believer that everything I was taught by my grandfather is exactly how I run this business. We still do everything old school. It's done by hand. Somebody touches the window at all points, and that's not something you see very often. It's going to make better quality window. We do things the way I was taught to do them.
Visit Rosati Windows and save 35% on all windows.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we ensure your business always stays ahead of the curve, keeping you one step ahead of your competition. We bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team, as well as provide insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Brutus is their homeboy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Austin Ward here with you guys on tonight's show. Cam the man back there running things all week. Be sure to download and subscribe to the Buckeye Show podcast. If you miss anything on any of the programs, they will go right to your device completely free of charge. Just search it anywhere you get your audio. So my son was having a hell of a day today. This has been the week in the Hall household where everybody's just dropping like flies. The wife's down. We're missing a star point guard. Jack's down. We're missing a nice, small forward. Yeah. The team is just depleted.
How did you survive?
I don't know. Somehow I slipped through the cracks on some of these things. Well, her thing we realized was a food poisoning type of deal. So we got lucky in that regard that we didn't eat that thing that she ate.
Yeah.
And then Jack had a day out on the lake yesterday, which is great, right? Great fun. You got the speedboat. You got the tube. We're doing, tight turns, hairpin turns. What are you doing when you got a speedboat and a tube? You're trying to wreck some people, right?
You want to
make person fall in water.
The degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
Stay on the tube.
Yeah, make person fall in water. That's all you want to do. And if you're taking somebody on your jet ski for the first time as well, you're trying to make person fall in water.
Watch this.
And so I guess he did that quite a bit. He came home throwing up all over the place, and he's just had a hell of a day. So it was kind of, in a sick way, it was kind of fun because he was down and out and he couldn't really do much. Like he couldn't jump on his headset and play video games. He's just sort of laying on the couch, just sort of ready for anything that can happen. And so he's watching golf with me.
There we go.
Right? And he's getting kind of interested in this because he can't really focus on anything else other than what's up there on the screen. And I wasn't even making him watch it. Like he had some YouTube vids up there for a while, and then I just think he got mentally exhausted of that, and it was just like, you pick, Dad, Like, well, you know what I'm picking. He was like, that's fine.
Oh, wow.
I'm watching the multi-mix, right? And then I'm going to pick the one that looks the best. I love it when you got the multi-view on there of the Open Championship, and 3 of the 4 quadrants are guys that are in their own personal hell.
Everyone is in the gorse.
Everybody.
We go to the quad box.
It's just like, oh, there's Shane Lowry on a 30-minute decision to just drop a freaking ball and hit already. What ridiculousness was that? If people didn't see this, Shane Lowry hit a ball into what Austin called the gorse. That's basically just a bush. It's like a 15-foot tall bush. You can't go in there. You can't find a ball. You can't take a swing. So you'd have to do what they call an unplayable, which is go back to where you could basically get line of sight with the pin not going closer to the hole on the line where it went into that area, and you get a stance and then your club length and drop it. This took 30 minutes.
Well, because the ruling was, I wasn't familiar with it, and certainly Shane Lowry wasn't either, because he declared the ball lost, and somebody went and found it for him.
But it was found.
Yeah, he didn't want it to be found because he dropped his provisional and hit that ball to 8 feet.
But I've heard that before, though. You can't just choose to go with a provisional. If your ball is not lost and is found and it's in play, that's kind of the ball you got to go with. That's the way it works.
It was wild.
Hit your ball out of bounds next time. Then you get the next one.
Wasn't that the other part? Like, he took an unplayable from that one.
He had to take an unplayable from the one in the gorse because it was in play.
Just a bizarre,
but just unhittable
chain of events that
but it
didn't
took
even
so long.
30 minutes, yeah.
Just drop the ball. Make your choice. Make the decision, and it just backed so much up.
And he had all that going on, and yet he still leads the Open by 2 shots.
Amazing out of him, right? To have that mental fortitude to come out of that. And didn't he birdie the 18th?
Yeah. Poured in like a 20-footer on 18 to cap the day.
As did Justin Rose.
Man.
Rosie is 5 under, and he was in the thick of the bad conditions and just playing way better golf than anyone.
Yeah.
So we're talking golf. We're talking Buckeye football. Him and me. Just
sounds like a normal Buckeye show if Austin Ward and Tim Hall are on.
It does.
But you were talking about it with Jack.
You and me are doing that now. Me and Jack. Me and Jack were doing that earlier, and it was just so cool, right? Because he's actually making comments as much as he could talk, but making comments on like, oh my God, like that was a bad putt. I'm like, yeah,
buddy.
It was.
Let's see. You want to go play Troon?
He wanted something better than that. Yeah, and then we're realizing how like, the ball's like 15 feet off the green, but that's still a really good shot because you can roll the ball up to the stick there, and you left it in a good leave. We're getting at it. So we switched the conversation. We're talking Buckeye football, and I'm just kind of asking him. I'm picking his brain. Like, what are you looking at? Like for this 24 season, there's a lot going on, big things riding. He knows that, and he says he asks me the question. He said, "Do we have 2 good quarterbacks on this team this year?" And I said, I think so. I don't know the answer to that just yet, which is why that's such a big storyline going in, and what Will Howard has done at Kansas State, the expectations that are on him. We think he's the guy. We think he's going to elevate his level of play. He's doing all the right things. He's saying all the right things. Sounds like a great dude who really relishes this opportunity if he's going to be named the starter, which I think he is. And as far as Devin Brown goes, he's been here now. You need another good quarterback because we know a long season like this, even in a not so long season, it's football, anything can happen. But until you see it in a big time situation, it's really hard to know. It's really hard to know for sure. What do you think about this? Are they both good? They need to be better than good, don't they?
I think that was sort of the issue when you think back to last August. And it's probably why that question is on Jack's mind, why it's on the minds of a lot of Ohio State fans. Like, what was the reason that there wasn't separation between Kyle McCord and Devin Brown? Is it because they're both playing at a high level? And by the middle of camp, Ryan Day was, I think, making that pretty clear that it was a bigger issue with inconsistency from both of them. It was making the decision harder. It was making it more difficult for Ohio State to proceed and put together a plan for what they wanted to do earlier in the year.
We got pissed off at that time.
Yeah, well, even by
that was a rough time for the fan base going into the year.
Even by the middle of the year, when Ohio State was looking at bringing in Devin Brown for the red zone package, you could tell that there were still things that they wanted to elevate, and they were trying to find a way to patch it together because collectively there were injuries going on for Kyle McCord. There were, when they tried that with Devin Brown, it was a hit and miss situation with Purdue. Then he got hurt as well. So they didn't get the clear separation if they're both good, that I think would be a little bit problematic again for Ohio State. And I mean that from the point that, like, for as much as we talk about all the skill talent that's on Ohio State and that they can get by without elite quarterback play, we're talking about a team that wants to run the table, beat Michigan again, go to the Big Ten championship, win that. They might have to beat Oregon twice.
But here's the thing I put to you. Both two being good can be a good thing if one of them's great.
That's what I mean. I was getting
one could go north of good. That still counts as good, but you need to be great, and then another good one, which would likely be Devin Brown, hopefully.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Tim. Like, one needs to be great if you're going to accomplish all the things that Ohio State wants. And that's, are they going to get to that point? I think that it's a safe bet that they will. But were they at that point in March and April? I'd say probably not. Will Howard had days where the accuracy wasn't phenomenal. Again, during 5 practices that we got to see all or parts of. That's not the full picture. Devin Brown, I think, had his best practices of his career at Ohio State by far, but there were still, some throws and some days that were not perfect, and you knew that Chip Kelly and Ryan Day were watching that and hopefully we can make some strides with both of them by August to get to the point that they need to be. And I do think there's a better than average chance that they will get there, but I don't think the work was completely done in April. So that's why, we're within 2 weeks now with August 1st just around the corner. That's going to be the thing that everyone wants to watch during those first 4 practices where you can get in and watch it.
This was Will Howard talking about his goals heading into preseason camp.
There's a lot of different things I could say. I think just my leadership and making sure that, I show up every day and show the guys, how willing I am to work and how committed I am. And, even if I slip up, taking ownership for it, and showing those guys that I really, do care about them. And it's all about, we talked about today, it's about doing it for the love of your brother.
Will, I don't think I could have a single complaint with how you've handled the media, anything you've said, anything you've done since you became a Buckeye. So it's just about going out there and balling now. That's really the last thing for me that we're looking to see. All right, Austin, dudes ranking things on a Friday. What's better than that? We've got a rather difficult Power 5 coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp. Presented by Safelite Bob Discount Furniture and Weber. Happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center August 1st through 4th. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2024 to purchase your tickets today.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. I was in my Lexus the other day. It was hot as hell, but I was so thankful for my ventilated seats. I'm not saying that's why you should buy one. It's just very nice. Right now at Jermaine Lexus, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with lease payments as low as $499 a month and 3.99% financing on select models. Get this, the RZ is 0%. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Come play Skyline 75th Coney Hunt game. Use your phone to search for virtual conies, tap to collect coins, and redeem them for exclusive Skyline merchandise at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time. Details at SkylineChili.com/Coney Hunt.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina, and at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
We know your golf game is ugly, but your course doesn't have to be. Experience the natural beauty of Delaware Golf Club today. Delaware Golf Club is now open to the public and only 10 miles up the road from 270. For the best rates, book your tee time online at DelawareGolfClub.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Because there's nothing better to do on a Friday night, let's just rank 5 things. It's the Buckeye Show's Power 5.
All right, so the Power 5 this week.
Still being worked on right up until airtime.
It's a difficulty test. It was a difficult test, right? And Austin sometimes likes to do his own list of the topic of choice, and sometimes he likes to join the list.
I'm never sure if I'm supposed to or not.
Tonight is the join. I like how you still don't know, so I just want to go with that. That's the way that it's going to go.
Last week you were like,
and it makes
you made a list?
Yeah.
You're not, so this is my segment.
No, I was excited. You made a list that was the same topic, so they were like dueling.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Power 5 duel.
Competition.
Yeah. Same versus same.
I wanted to be on your team this week. This is a scramble.
I lost a lot of teammates at home this week. We still got the Central Ohio two-man scramble on our minds. We only got to play together for 9 holes. So let's do this together.
We needed more.
This is in honor of the Open Championship. And where do you come down when you get people chiming in that clearly they're not watching golf as much as we are? And that's not meant to be a negative. I want people to jump into the sport and ask away, fire away questions, things that you're curious about, things that you don't like, you don't know why they do it. Like if you were watching that Shane Lowry thing and wondering why in the hell is this taking so long, I'm right there with you.
Even golf diehards were like, what's going on here?
Get it, the flip going. Like, this is stupid. Guys are trying to play. Think about the playing part. What if Brooks Koepka was in that group? My God.
What if Bryson had been out there arguing? He's taken a couple years off from attacking rules officials, but that would have probably set him over the edge, given he was blaming his golf ball on Thursday.
They would have murdered Shane Lowry dead. Shane was trying to apologize on the next tee box. Matt Fitzpatrick wasn't even there. He was already gone. Couldn't even apologize to him.
Nope.
He was on the green on the next hole.
We're out of here.
Yeah, poof, we're gone. So, in honor of the Open Championship and the difficulty that it brings, like people would say, why are you playing golf in such a difficult setting? Why are you doing that for a tournament like this? What would you say to them?
Well, you're trying to crown the champion golfer of the year. It's got to be a test. Like U.S. Open, British Open, the Open Championship. It's not supposed to be easy. And I think you look at what's happened here. Shane Lowry is 7 under par, even with a double bogey in that whole debacle on 11 today.
It's impeccable.
Like there are people playing very good golf. Justin Rose was in the bad draw. He's still, 5 under par, 2 strokes, or within a couple shots of the lead. It can be done. And if you're grinding, you saw Max Homa making a great comeback and a big putt to make the cut at 6
What Rombo finish at? Because he was playing hot golf.
He shot 1 under today, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's
pretty good.
Right around.
He picked up a bunch of shots later in his round.
Yeah, they played, and those guys, they had an opportunity. And if you let the conditions get to you, if you let one bad shot ruin your round, guess what? You shouldn't be the champion golfer of the year.
And it's just sort of become that way because the conditions are really tough in that part of the world.
Have you played there? Have you played Ireland, Scotland, anything over there?
I played 9 on the Scotland trip when we went for the Open at St. Andrews 2 years ago, which was a sort of a visit and go check out the tournament. So I didn't take sticks because there was a group of 9. There was sort of a family thing excursion, but I did rent some clubs and played 9 holes in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
And it was just glorious. And it was tough, and guys were making fun of me. There was not a single American on the course because we were so far inland, and they thought that I couldn't handle the walk, which York is a really hilly golf course, and if you walk it, you're fine. So I could walk it, but they were having some fun with that, like the American guy not riding a golf cart. But that was great. It was great, and there was difficulty. It was misty, and it had rained, so I did get to feel some of those Scottish conditions. It just wasn't whipping wind where I was playing, but wet, rainy, foggy, checked all the boxes there.
It's just a different style of golf. We did a tour. My dad and I played several places around Ireland. Like, you get out on the coast, like, it's not the same. You don't even need the scorecard. Just rip it up. And we were playing with locals, and you go in there like, hey, do you want to play in the daily game?
That's so cool, though.
And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, what's par? Like, well, par is whatever the average is that people shoot today, because if the weather's up, par today might be 85. The scorecard might say 72, but no one's shooting 72 once the wind and rain gets up.
And Tiger might not. And Tiger's not right now.
Not this version of Tiger.
So these are the 5 most difficult venues in sports. Trying to spread it around the globe, which is why I started at number 5 with some love for soccer and some internet research that had to be done. And I found out that Cam the Man has actually been down to Buenos Aires, Argentina, because I am seeing that this place called the Bombonera is just a hothouse. Just a house of horrors. It's a very, very famous stadium where Boca Juniors plays there. They've got like 74 titles in their history.
They don't
Top
lose
division.
a lot of titles.
Yeah, they play against River Plate, and that stadium is amazing too. And Cam, what an experience that must have been.
It was amazing. I actually got to go see a game at River Plate. It wasn't the Boca Juniors game. It probably would have been too dangerous for some American tourists.
Yeah, that's not for you.
The Derby, right? Or the Derby or the Derby?
Yes.
Yes.
But learned a lot about like the history of those two clubs and just the city of Buenos Aires on a trip to visit ESPN Deportes back when I was in school.
So that's amazing. That is. And number 4, some love for the National Football League. I've been to many, many games there, and I've been to other NFL stadiums too. And you correct me, jump in if you don't think it's Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City where the Chiefs play. They're awesome now. People gave up their digits and their PPs for watching a game in extreme cold. Decibel records.
Nobody made them do that.
They did it on their own accord. That's the thing. Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah. If you're picking something in the NFL, it has to be Arrowhead.
Number 3, I go back to golf. You said it. We've got the Open Championship where most golfers look like they'd rather be dead this week. And then here in the States, you've got the U.S. Open, which right now it can't compare to that when they get those conditions. But boy, do they like to trick some courses out with the USGA. And you go back in history, and several times you'll find winning scores at +7. +9, I think, is the record for highest score to win a United States Open.
Right.
Brutal.
I think you can pick pretty much any U.S. Open venue, but Bethpage Black, to me, would probably be the marquee for difficult test. And if we're talking about road venues, then next year, Europe will find out just how hostile that can be in the Ryder Cup.
Bethpage Black has a sign that warns mortals, about playing the course.
Don't do it.
It says in big red letters, do not play here. Yeah.
You're not going to like it.
You will die.
And that's what they should put out for Europe next year.
I would say Oakmont, Winged Foot, Olympic Club, some of the few.
Yeah.
To also throw
Oakmont
on
was
that
hard
list
just
there.
to walk.
Oh, my God. It's terrifying with those church pew bunkers.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's terrifying.
I can't wait to go back.
2 in college football. Toughest stadium, toughest environment in college football. Can't pick ourselves here. Just can't do it. I gave it to you. I offered up Alabama and Bryant-Denny. More on that coming up. But you say you've seen that and you've seen a tougher one.
Been there, done that. Didn't think it was. I thought it was a sterile college football environment. No offense to Alabama fans. They're as passionate as they come. But I didn't think it was anywhere near as difficult for the visitors as Death Valley was back when I was covering Tennessee and getting around the SEC. LSU does it right, man. They're Saturday night in Death Valley. There is nothing better. That's what makes college football great.
Go Tigers.
I mean, I love and blessed that we get to cover games in the Horseshoe. That's one of the most insane atmospheres I've ever seen.
And number 1, I go to the sport that I think cherishes and values venues and environments better than anybody. And that's college basketball. And that's Rock Chalk.
I knew you couldn't resist.
I know it's a homer pick.
You were just throwing up the middle fingers to Cameron Indoor.
We got Arrowhead. We got Rock Chalk. Jason Sudeikis chimes in. He's loving the show. He's a fan of the Buckeye Show, right? I mean, Bill Self's home record there is 292-16 in over 20 years.
It's pretty good.
And I've seen that crowd be worth at least 10 or 12 points, blink of an eye, and just bury teams.
Yeah, I've been there twice. I agree with you. It is. That's one of the places that makes college basketball special as well. So I can't argue with that. I don't know if I would have had it number 1 out of these others, but I understand why you put it on there, and it deserves inclusion.
The 5 most difficult, toughest venues in sports. We'll get a Cam update, plus we expand a little bit on those toughest places to play. EA Sports had to decide what were the toughest for its video game. We'll go over it with you as we check the college football pulse. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. I would know. I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. And sure, they're interested in a good deal. For them, not for you. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. So don't take chances with a trade-in. Go to WeBuyAnyCar.com for a free online valuation.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you can lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When you've been diagnosed with heart or vascular disease, where you start your care makes all the difference.
When you choose the Heart and Vascular Center at The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Our team of specialized experts will manage your condition day to day.
And should you need more advanced care like complex heart or vascular surgery,
you'll never need to travel further.
You didn't choose heart and vascular disease.
but the choice of where to treat it is clear.
The Ohio State University Heart and Vascular Center.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening, I'm Cam Taylor. The MLB returned to action today after the summer All-Star break. The Cleveland Guardians will face off against the San Diego Padres at 7:10. Tanner Bybee will be on the mound for the Guards. Cleveland is currently in first place in the AL Central and are 3.5 games back of the Phillies for the best record in the MLB. The Cincinnati Reds are currently playing the Washington Nationals in a no-score game in the second inning. Frankie Montas got the start for the Redlegs. Cincinnati is currently fourth in the NL Central and 3 games back of the final NL wildcard spot. And the second round of the Open Championship finished today with Shea Lowry, your leader, at 7 under par. Justin Rose and Daniel Brown are tied for second at 5 under. Big-name players like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Bryson DeChambeau missed the cut. The third round tees off tomorrow morning at 3:55 a.m. Breaking sports news when it happens, 97.1 The Fan.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
Hour 2 of the Buckeye Show. All right, degree of difficulty should go way down for us. Way down indeed. Cam the man back there. How do you like doing the College Football Pulse segment?
It's fun. I like it. It's a great segment. Getting to really kind of find some cool stories to kind of bring to people's attention on the Buckeye Show.
Cool stories to bring to your attention. That is what we're about. And for this first one, we kind of piggyback off of what we were just doing back there for our rankings.
Yes, very true. The guys at EA Sports, they have some respect for OSU, even though it seemed like maybe in the marketing or the release of the game, there were some rumors about a Michigan guy or something.
Oh, I think those are actually true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was tone. There was tone.
Yes. But they did at least admit that OSU, the Ohio Stadium, is one of the toughest places to play in the Big Ten and nationally. The top 5 looked like Texas A&M at 1, Bama, LSU, OSU, and then Georgia to finish out the top 5.
That's when so they lost me at number 1.
They had you at hello, huh?
I was like, okay, you're clearly trying to generate some attention and controversy putting Texas A&M number 1. There's just no world where that is the most intimidating place, difficult place to go play college football.
Not a believer in the 12th man.
I mean, look at the record. Teams are going into Kyle Field left and right and embarrassing the 12th man.
Ross Bjork, what happened, man?
Let's let Ross Bjork weigh in a couple of months here.
He's ready to be different.
I mean,
here with the Buckeyes. Yes, he is.
You just cannot convince me beyond okay, maybe you could occasionally lose. You don't have a great team. You lose games at home. Okay, well, your venue's probably not going to be that intimidating to anyone if that's the case. Let's start with that. And then their fans are not intimidating. They're just weird and uncomfortable dorks. The yell leaders have become a punchline. And you're putting over LSU and the horseshoe?
Are those the dorks that pop up because fans of the other teams?
Well, they stream
them, but they'll record their stream, and it's like, and we're going to do a bunch of horns down whoop, whoop, on Saturday. Is that what those guys are?
And they're a bunch of toot heads. Toot.
What is that?
I don't know.
Don't do that in front of people.
I think Friday night.
Nerds.
Friday night might be intimidating at Kyle Field, but Saturday isn't.
In a way. Yeah. No, but I would rather see Tennessee at number 1 over A&M. And that would still be wrong, but I'm just trying to come. I would rather see Iowa at number 1 over A&M.
Neyland Stadium
Texas
is far more intimidating for visitors than Texas A&M.
You take this walk down a couple of side streets, and they've got these liquor shops that just have baskets out on the sidewalk with airplane bottles.
Buddy, ask Lane Kiffin about his last visit to Neyland.
My goodness.
Golf balls, mustard bottles.
Yeah. Tennessee was a fantastic environment, and when I checked out a game there, they were in the pits of hell. They were sinking at the end of the Fulmer era. They were winning, 6 to 8 games at the most.
They were losing to Wyoming.
Oh, my God.
In Neyland.
They lost a game to Wyoming in Neyland.
Yeah.
Wow. That must have been fun for you.
It was great.
Yeah. But what a fun time. I remember I was throwing up in a garbage can at a B-Dubs.
Yeah, you're not the first person to do that.
A few hours later. Back when I was banging.
Yeah.
You're not anymore. I don't do it like that anymore. I hung them up.
You're not the first or 100th person that I've ever heard of puking at that B-Dubs on the strip there.
I don't know where I was.
Yeah.
I know it was a B-Dubs.
I know where you were.
It's probably that one you mentioned.
Trust me. I know where you were. And it's a common spot for that.
What else looks fun on this list, though? I got this pulled up here. Athletic had it. You got the Penn State, Wisconsin at 6 and 7. Those are both good ones, right? Then OU, Florida State, Florida.
Florida State.
Round out the top 10.
No.
FSU sucks.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's way down there. What about Notre Dame?
There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Notre Dame.
Sorry, Bodeman, you're not here to defend Touchdown Jesus.
I actually, last year was my first visit there, and it was pretty good. Now, there are some things I didn't like about it, but it's better than...
You're seeing it from a press box media perspective, but you're trying to get a feel and get outside there and catch the pregame.
The crowd was live. Their video board didn't work for some reason. I guess maybe it was too loud. They weren't ready for that, but it's better than Florida State. It's certainly better than Texas A&M. And
it's a famous football franchise. It's an old, special kind of venue, and they're not changing it because they've got, like, the shoe has an iconic stature to it. Like, it's on the National Register of Historic Places. Yeah. Same thing with a Notre Dame Stadium where you've got Touchdown Jesus rising up one of the end zones. The shoe's got a rotunda. Stadiums just don't have things like that. I think just out of fairness to them, they should be way higher than 21st on this list.
Well, and I think
Bama's fine to me because they win,
But that's okay. So that's the part.
But they could be a little bit down.
That's the part you got to consider, right? Because EA Sports, Tim, is going to update this game every single year. So having a good team is also going to give you a good home field advantage.
No doubt.
So are you projecting it forward? Does EA Sports think that Texas A&M is about to be really, really good again?
I don't think
that's going to make it intimidating? Because otherwise, if you're basing it off of last year, Michigan is also off of a really, really good run of games at home and being pretty much unbeatable and winning a national championship. And the Big House is also putting 100,000 people in there. And the last time Ohio State played games there, it's been pretty loud and pretty hostile and difficult to play. So Michigan being at 16, I think, is also a little bit ludicrous.
Yeah. How about Utah is the weirdest one? Well, not
I don't think
one.
there's going to be a lot of people defending the Big House in Columbus. That's fine. I get it. This is the one time. I normally think it stinks to go to games there.
I've been there once.
And a lot of times, most times I've been there, it's been pretty quiet.
Yes.
The last 2 times I was there, it was not.
Yeah, I mean, I think people could also say some things about Ohio State's home crowds in recent years, depending on the game. I mean, again, there's a big difference, a vast difference in the level of games there.
But that's also true of going to Happy Valley for a noon game compared to a whiteout.
Of course, it is. You get a primetime game at the Shoe.
Yeah, and I think you should only evaluate it on what the best of the best is. Like, what is the Horseshoe like when Michigan is here? It's bonkers. What is Penn State like for a whiteout? It's insane.
You're saying Michigan when Ohio State's there is not like Ohio State here when Michigan is here.
Most of the times it's not. Now, the last 2 years,
it has been.
It has been very good
because they've been down. They had their tail between their legs,
and they didn't respond to that. But Ohio State fans for big games, like in my experience being there, they've always got up for them.
Utah's a unique one. I was going to say up there at 18.
The must
right there behind Virginia Tech, where I think Virginia Tech Lane Stadium is a great environment. And again, they're not anywhere close to what they were competitively under the Beamer era.
Yeah.
But we got a look at that for the Ohio State game, and that was a great environment. They got Enter Sandman. They got good things. They got good stuff that they can spin.
Their fans care. That's important.
They do. And I think Nebraska, right, for a trash program or a once proud program that has just become garbage.
This man called Nebraska trash.
What would you call it when they're winning 6 to 7 games every year and that's the new norm? What would that do around here?
It's just still shocking to hear it.
It's shocking.
But it's true. I'm not arguing it.
Yeah, right. But they care.
Yeah.
And they go.
Sellout streak.
They go. They absolutely
and balloons.
do. Yeah.
Sometimes they have to hold on to those balloons until the third quarter now.
All right, Cam, how about one more, buddy?
And boom goes the dynamite.
All right, Timmy, you brought it up or kind of mentioned it a little bit ago. Nick Saban is getting his name added on or put on the field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That definitely needed to happen. I guess they didn't want to add another hyphen or to
Bryant-Denny Saban Stadium.
But that's pretty cool. I mean, while he's still alive, can see and be honored where they play their home games down in Tuscaloosa.
He's already got a statue, Timmy. How much does this man need?
He doesn't need anything more. Nick Saban is fine, and obviously he should have something like that. He should have his name on the field because he won 7 national championships.
Oh. Is that good?
7 there or 6 there and 1 at LSU. Did he win 8 or 7?
He won. I think he won 6 at Alabama. And
6 at Bama, 7 total. Ridiculous. So, yes.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
One more here, Cam.
Okay, and Tom Fernelli with CBS Sports has an article looking at which conference plays the most one-score games. And so maybe not a big shock, but the ACC and Big 12 are at the top. The SEC was
all bad.
Yes, the SEC was below the average, and the Big 10 was dead last. Is that like a sign of just kind of the dominance of was OSU and then the team up north the last kind of 3 seasons, and then we'll see how it goes going forward, but not many one-score games in the Big 10.
That's even behind. So you've got, I'm looking at this, you've got Big 12 ACC, MAC, Sunbelt, Pac-12 Mountain West, SEC American, Conference USA, and Big 10 down there at the very bottom of all those conferences.
There's not a lot of parity in the Big 10.
Not a lot you can say.
Yeah. It's just the dregs of the Big 10 are the dregs of the Big 10.
Nebraska.
And they
come to the party.
But it does tell you that the teams at the very top are capitalizing on that. And they don't waste their opportunities. They don't mess around and play 1 or 2 score games to get on this list. Like Ohio State, when they played Minnesota and Michigan State at the end of last year, they cruised and then they went to the finish line.
Right.
But they never let it get close. They handled their business. Like you remember that, like those years in 2019 where Ohio State didn't play a 1-score game all year until they got to the playoff. Like they handle their business, and Michigan has been doing that as well. Penn State tends to do that against everybody except the good teams in the Big 10. Like they're running up those margin of victories against the lowers, against the Rutgers, against the Marylands, against the Indianas, as they should.
It's maybe one time a year you might catch a Rutger, or I'll give them the S because they
went to a bowl. That was the standard.
That was the rule. They went to a bowl. A Northwestern, one of those types, a Maryland, occasionally, maybe once a year, they might play the Buckeyes, do a 1-score game and do something crazy. And obviously they had the troubles, but I won't say that their trouble losing to Iowa, that's Iowa. Losing to Purdue, that's another thing. Like that's one that can't happen in that kind of way. So thank you very much, Cam. Appreciate that. In honor of the Boatman.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
All right, we have another Buckeye replay coming up tomorrow, and we'll talk about the legendary Buckeye that I talked to for tomorrow's episode, because there's something about this guy that can never be matched. Tell you what that is next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
It's Kubota Orange Days, your golden opportunity to score a deal that'll make your neighbors green with envy. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And get the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off L3302 tractors.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town-properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
When you need urgent care and you need it fast, where you go makes all the difference. When you choose advanced urgent care from the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, you're choosing an advanced level of urgent care led by Ohio State emergency physicians. We offer walk-in treatment for more serious illnesses and injuries such as broken bones, abdominal pain, and pneumonia, all with shorter wait times and less cost than an emergency department. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Sunday morning at 9 on The Fan.
Diamonds Direct's summer sale is here. Shop now and get an extra 20% off Diamonds Direct's renowned prices. Get 20% off rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and more. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. That's 20% off, plus $100 off store-wide. And designers are flying in from New York and LA to showcase their newest designs. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, engagement rings, and more, 20% off. Now to July 21st. Ends this Sunday at 5 p.m. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
If you're listening to this and you're not already keeping it easy in your backyard with a Bud Light, well, consider this message a gentle reminder. Your backyard is waiting, and so is that Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Overnight, we're looking at pretty quiet weather. Temperatures falling through the 70s and into the 60s with mostly clear skies. We'll see sunshine all day Saturday with temperatures into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Comfortable weather. We'll see more sunshine for Sunday with temperatures into the mid to upper 80s, with Monday bringing about a little bit more humidity and the possibility for a stray shower or storm, but no real rain chances until we get toward Tuesday. I'm 10 TV Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens with your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Buckeye Talk and the latest updates on Ryan Day's beard. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall and our man, Ohio State football expert extraordinaire, Austin Ward. He's at A-Ward Sports on the Twitter and X. We are there at the Buckeye Show. The voicemail and text line is 614-460-2896. Maybe you were lucky enough to get my actual cell phone.
I heard your real numbers out there on the internet now.
Yeah, so maybe you got my actual cell phone number and you could, hit it and hope before it gets changed, like Rory McIlroy's.
How quickly did that realization set in?
I thought it was like a bot at first. And then Panama Ted comes over and tells me, hey, man, you had that pizza photo. I'm like, shoot.
It's so bizarre that was able to get out there.
Like, who notices that, right? Like,
but they did.
Why are we putting that on our pizza box?
That doesn't.
I know it's on me. Like, I should have.
Isn't your name enough?
Why? Yeah, the name.
There's another Tim that ordered a pizza. Okay, Tim H, please.
Then Tim H.
Timmy H.
Or just Tim Hall. Just
Tim
throw
Hall.
the first and last name there.
You can have it all.
You can put the whole name there.
It's not a secret.
Yeah, that's
You don't
fine.
need my number.
Putting the big sticker there.
What's your phone number, sir? 123-4567. That's me.
Right. I mean, I get how they have it in their system to like identify you, and they plug that in when you call. So if their caller ID, I guess, doesn't show you that, then they punch that in. And they're like, Tim, right? You're like, yep, that's me. But it's not like they store your payment info. So what do they need the phone number to be punched in for?
I don't know. They were hoping that somebody someday would take a picture of it and send it out on the internet.
Right.
And just get roasted.
Too bad it's not Peyton Manning's number. Something a little bit more substantial. We're also up there on YouTube Live, so please follow or watch the show if you get home during your listen and you're going to another avenue right there. All the shows on YouTube Live. Just go to the tube, search up 971 The Fan, and hit the live tab. We're right there, waving at you right now to the cameras in the studio.
Hello.
Yep. Hello. How we doing? We're not eating gross hot dogs anymore. The 2 hot dogs that were lasting at the cafe upstairs are gone now.
What a day.
Tyvus took a bite. I tried to take a bite, but it was so
doggies.
So disgusting. Thank you, Cam.
What
that
a day
I could
you've
not
had.
swallow that hot dog. I don't know what it feels like to have a dirty, sweaty gym sock and try to eat one, but I think it was going to taste a little bit like that. I've never tasted that before. So as I said before, I don't have a whole lot to go off to tell you how bad that refrigerated chili dog really was. But it was flesh colored. It was almost clear.
It's not what you're looking for.
Man.
We call those a death dog.
That was not a good meat, Rocket. I mean, you think about the Dime a Dog nights.
Yeah.
They're barely heating those. You know, they're Steve flesh colored. And those, little golf for you, those are much, much, much better than what we just had to endure today.
Well, I think that the Clippers they're taking some ownership. Like, they can't poison you with Dime a Dog night.
No, but I wish they could put grill marks on them.
Whoever put the chili dog in the refrigerator up there for months.
Our own company.
Well,
signed off on this.
I guess they need to be held accountable for it.
Yeah. Our own
Almost
company.
killed the employees.
Well, to be determined on Tyvus. He actually swallowed a dog.
That's a crazy choice.
Mm-hmm. He swallowed that thing.
Poor Tyvus.
He did.
Swallowed that thing.
There was no hawk Tua.
They spit on it first?
No.
Okay.
There was no hawk Tua.
All right, good.
We just put it in the microwave. Did it for 30 seconds. Wasn't warm enough. Did it another 30. And then that's what you got. So coming up tomorrow on Buckeye Replay starting at 1 o'clock, we're going to listen to the 2017 Ohio State USC Cotton Bowl game. JT Barrett is the guest. So I talked to him. He was great. And if you didn't know, he's the assistant quarterbacks coach for the Detroit Lions right now. Interesting little coaching beginnings for him to get that opportunity with the relationship with Dan Campbell. And this was a little bit from JT on how that coaching path opened up for him.
I got hurt in, 2021, still trying to play. And then Dan called me on just some randomness. It was like a couple of days after I got hurt. And so with that, it was kind of the timing that kind of made it work. And, I mean, I'm a single individual, so it's not like I have a family that I'm necessarily thinking about. So it just kind of worked out. But from back then, when people say that, I'd be like, yeah, guys, I'm not too sure. But now it's one of those things where still being around the game, being the impact in people's lives in some fashion. And I think there's just a lot of good things you can learn from being able to teach that you could use in other areas too. So I appreciate the development that I'm getting being in the new space.
I never think about that anymore, the part where he said he's a single dude right now and how much more time and focus you can have on that. And when you talk about the long, long days coming up with training camp, how that can help. Like your mind is free and clear.
It also makes it much easier to move around and take different jobs if you want. I know that Ryan Day's talked about this process a lot because when he was working his way through the profession and working with Chip Kelly and at the NFL, it's like moving, like 4 spots in 4 to 5 years. And that's someone who had young kids at home. That's, that's still what you have to do. It becomes much easier for you. And in some form, you can have a lot more upward mobility if you are available to just take that spot at the drop of a hat, which JT Barrett did. There was a conversation in the offseason when Ohio State's looking to replace their quarterbacks coach. Like, is JT Barrett ready for this? He hasn't really been doing it all that long with the Lions, and it would have been a lot to ask for him to come in and do that job in a full-time capacity right away. And there's new stuff that's involved in recruiting and all those other things. But as I mentioned to you when we got in here and you were starting to tee up the show for tomorrow, it's like at some point in his career, JT Barrett has got to be
finds his way
at Ohio State. Now he was going to have other options when Ben Johnson was interviewing for other jobs, and it looked like he could leave. Like, JT Barrett has been working with him, the Lions offensive coordinator, seemed to have a very good relationship. Like, JT Barrett's going to be in demand, I think, for the foreseeable future at the NFL level as well. But there's a special place in his heart for Ohio State, of course, and Ryan Day, of course, would welcome him back, I think, at some point as well. So I am just counting down the days, I think, until that does happen. It's got to be inevitable.
So to pay off on the tease there, one of the things that I can't wait for you guys to hear in the interview tomorrow is when we start talking about his records. And when you think about this, just the way that the game has changed, passing touchdowns are 104. I left the door open for CJ having a return year just because he was CJ Stroud. And if you're going to hit close to that 50 clip with the way that offenses can hum now and with extra games, could be possible. Not very, though, because you got to get a 2-year window of just ridiculously stellar play. And if you're that good, then you'll be gone, too. Yeah. You'll be gone 3 and done. And you probably didn't play that first year because the way the roadmap works. But 147 total? We talk about this. We joke about this. I get his take on it. And I sort of frame it up to him as like, JT, like, that must be nice because that's never, ever, ever going to be touched. Not going to be sniffed.
No one's getting there. And it doesn't just, if you can't get there in 2 really good years, as you said, they're not going to be around for a third. Dwayne Haskins did it once, and he was gone. Like, he would have been able to put that within reach if he had returned, and that would have been really fun to watch. CJ Stroud, as you said, he had 2 good years, didn't get to that point. That's so many touchdowns.
And all the rushing touchdowns that he provided, too.
And the way
it's tough to see a guy that's going to get, like, a year where he gets 12 or 13. He had, 43 rushing touchdowns. It's ridiculous.
And on top of that, the way Ohio State is recruiting at that position, like, asking and hoping and banking on the fact that somebody is going to be around for that many seasons, like even just 2 seasons, you have to fight to get that at Ohio State anymore. Like, you have to be a CJ Stroud. You have to be a Justin Fields. Or guess what? Someone else is going to take your spot.
Untouchable, JT. And again, we got about 18 minutes with him talking about his coaching career, things he misses the most about playing at Ohio State, quarterback play last year for Ohio State, what he expects this year, all sorts of good stuff. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Buckeye Replay. Adam King, 10 TV sports anchor. He was just rubbing elbows with heavy hitters on the Ohio State football team tonight. So what did he learn? He saunters in here next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
3 dudes who make you feel like the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, we hornswoggled you good.
Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Scotty Vegas here from Maxima Concrete. From a basic driveway replacement to a complex in-ground pool, patio, or outdoor kitchen installation, Maxima can do it all. Pavers, natural stone, seating walls, even lighting and landscaping. Everything is in-house with Maxima, so buy from the guys that will actually perform the work. Mention 971 The Fan for $250 off your next project. Get a free estimate today by visiting MaximaConcrete.com.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Don your scarlet and gray and join the Columbus Symphony for a night of fight songs, battle cries, Carmen, Ohio, and more. Special guest appearances include Brutus Buckeye and the Ohio State cheer team. Pack your picnic basket and join the fun at the first big tailgate party of the season, topped off with fireworks. July 26th and 27th. Get your tickets today at picnicwithapops.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIGER to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIGER to 321-321. That's TIGER to 321-321.
Morning Juice.
I don't think any type of computer could replicate my humor. The places that my mind can go are places that artificial intelligence dare not.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is your exclusive in-person advance sale ticket outlet for the 2024 Ohio State Fair. Discount admission tickets are $8 at participating stores. Enjoy food, entertainment, animals, rides, and so much more at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Get advance sale tickets now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up 2 brand new showrooms in the Columbus area, located in Reynoldsburg and Polaris, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my 2 brand new Bob's Discount Furniture stores coming to Reynoldsburg and Polaris this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we ensure your business always stays ahead of the curve, keeping you one step ahead of your competition. We bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team, as well as provide insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
It's Kubota Orange Days, your golden opportunity to score a deal that'll make your neighbors green with envy. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And get the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off L3302 tractors.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Stickers on helmets make us happy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Austin Ward, our Buckeye football expert extraordinaire. No king.
What?
No king. Not gracing us with his presence.
You've got to be kidding me.
He's banned.
This is unacceptable.
He's banned.
Wow.
You're seeing it. You're witnessing it right here. My word is my bond. Banned from the Buckeye Show. It's too bad.
He always claims that the best part about getting ready for the weekend is a Friday night in here, especially when I'm here to talk with him.
Man, that is just...
And now, so he's not just...
It's too bad. He's out there doing work at one of these NIL events.
Well, he's not just snubbing elbows. You. He's also snubbing me.
And everybody else.
That's offensive.
And all of us out here.
The people of Columbus.
He told me, he said, I wasn't so excited to talk to Ryan Day today.
Because we get to do it for multiple hours on Tuesday?
Yes. But he said Will Howard was going to be there. Jeremiah Smith was going to be there. I can throw out Jeremiah Smith as another major plot, major storyline.
Well, maybe it's a good
how
thing
this season could
that
go.
King's not here because we only got into one more underlying storyline.
And this is another one.
Yeah.
So we had a 6th, which was O-line.
Yeah.
Talked a little bit in depth about the offensive line in the first hour of the show. And when you have a player like this where you kind of know how good he is, we sort of have the CJ Stroud kind of feeling, right? Where we hadn't seen CJ play yet, really. We saw him running, like a 50-yard touchdown pass or a 50-yard run.
Yep.
That really wasn't going to be him as a player. But we were chattering. We knew this guy was going to be something special. I think we know that about Jeremiah Smith. It's just, will he have a 1,200-yard receiving season? I don't know. I can't predict if it will look like that. If you want to have some fun and make a big prediction that he's going to have a 1,000-yard season, I wouldn't try to talk you off of that, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say, hey, that sounds fun. Like, I'd like to watch and see this guy and maybe have a 220-yard receiving game and just light the college football world on fire. But you've seen him up close now. You've been around him at practice. I've heard Berm talk about he's the most real and ridiculously good-looking prospect he's ever witnessed. I buy it.
I am the kind of person, reporter, analyst, whatever, not extraordinaire. That's too far.
You are an extraordinaire.
That
yes,
I take a more cautious, conservative approach with true freshmen. Always. That's the way that I approach it. It's not usually in the best interest of a program to have to rely on true freshmen. It means that they haven't been developing the guys that they've been recruiting ahead of them for the last several years. You want veteran players. You want mature players. You want physically developed players leading the way. And that approach has always done me quite well, Timmy. But guess what? Jeremiah Smith is causing me to throw all that out the window. Because March and April.
Throw it out there with you.
The stuff that he did in the 5 practices that we saw, I've never, ever seen a true freshman do them.
Well, and we're sort of getting into this age now where true freshmen are, as the kids say, built different.
Yeah.
We got a lot of guys that we're looking at now that are younger and going into year one where we say, he different. He's one of these guys.
But again, at Ohio State, those built different guys are coming in every single year. And they're getting better and better at the same time. Jeremiah Smith is built different than the other guys that are built different.
Right. That's like a Edric Houston. You look at him, he's built different.
But even still, he's going to have a harder time getting on the field, Edric Houston is.
Absolutely.
Because now that wouldn't have necessarily been the case with JT Tuimola or Jack Sawyer, but it also proves my point. If you keep these people in your program over the long haul that already come in, when JT was a freshman, when Jack was a freshman, they looked different. That didn't mean that they were going to immediately get on the field and make a difference. Chase Young had to learn how to do it. Nick Bosa, by the middle of that year, those guys got up to speed. Garrett Wilson, I'll go on down the list. These guys that did wind up making some impact for Ohio State as a true freshman, that took some time before they got their feet under him. Jeremiah Smith looked like he's going to start on August 31st, period. And he's going to be an impact player right away. I don't usually say that about true freshmen. It's undeniable with him.
Austin, the daily fan poll question is sponsored by a little thing called You'll See. And it is, do you think we will ever see another miracle on ice type of moment again in sports? Yes or no? And the poll did just go final. 57% almost say no. So it was a tight little race. And don't you know who crafted that question today from the great beyond of the morning
What a coincidence.
Shift.
Wow. He goes in and he spends all week with the morning juice.
Dang it.
I'm surprised
he's still feeding us Miracle and he's not even here, the Bode Man.
I'm surprised that there weren't 5 consecutive
miracle-themed
questions this week. That's the upset. He actually, on Wednesday, when I was in there, he threw a bone out there and put a Columbus Crew question out there.
Wow.
I didn't ask him to do it. He just did it on his own.
Did you discuss Miracle in the 3 hours that you were with him?
It came up at some point. I don't remember why. Yeah. But it's a
3-hour show.
It's inescapable. Inescapable. I can't even say it. It's he's going to do it at some point.
You know what? Credit to him that he sticks to it.
Do you have a movie that you love as much as he loves Miracle?
I don't think I have a movie that I love as much as he loves Miracle.
Yeah.
I have movies that I love, but I get around. Like I can see any one of the 3 Equalizer movies pop up on one of the streaming services. I just like to see Denzel Washington. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's going to be like that now. All right. Oh, so you just put it on the table. Okay. All right. Well, what if I just break this off right now? I like Denzel kicking people's asses.
Yeah.
I like Liam Neeson's kicking people's asses. The movies don't even have to be that good.
No, well, they're not.
But I like Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Top Gun Maverick, I think I've seen like 12 times already.
Yeah.
And the rewatch is good every single time. But nothing like Miracle. And Bodie loves Miracle so much that we actually called up AI Bodie. We called up artificial intelligence Bodie to do something that even he had never done before on these airwaves, and that was give us the entirety of the great speech from that movie. So here he was.
Hello, I'm Bodie Wells, and I'd like to perform my favorite scene from the greatest movie of all time, Miracle, released in 2004, celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Here it is. Great moments are born from great opportunity, and that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight we skate with them. Tonight we stay with them. Because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world. You were born to be hockey players. Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets have. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
So the cadence gets a little the cadence gets a little wonky at the end there. But I did like how he actually said yeah. Every one of ya. He did do a little YA, AI Bodie. Not every one of you. Every one of you.
That was the only accurate part, I think.
He missed a line in there. It was we'll skate with them. And we'll stay with them, and we'll shut them down because we can.
Yeah, you can't leave that. The real Bodie would have not skipped a line.
No, the real Bodie would have known that line.
It would have been in there for sure.
You want me to take your stupid test, Herb? Bodie from the great beyond.
He's asleep, so he can't even pay attention to this right now.
This was AI me explaining to you about Bodie's infatuation with that movie.
Yes, Austin. You were a great putter, that's for sure. Also, your outfit that day looked like it was delivered by a bald eagle who was shot out of a firecracker that was ignited by George Washington. That's how American it looked. America! And Bodie keeps pretending that he is former Team USA hockey coach Herb Brooks. He has a disease that only allows him to remember movie lines from only that film. It brings him many laughs. Watch this. Hey, Bodie, do you think you can do this job on talent alone? You don't have enough talent to do it on talent alone.
So
it brings him much joy.
It brings him many laughs. I was responding to you because we had just played golf after the 4th of July weekend. So I was commenting on Austin's terrific outfit.
That is America.
America. Yeah, that's how I say that.
AI is not coming for our jobs yet.
Not yet. We're safe. Yeah.
America.
Getting set for a gigantic Saturday here on The Fan, and then we'll remind you about that as we look at some tags. Hashtag Buckeyes is next on The Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan. They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safelite Bob Discount Furniture and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center August 1st through 4th. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2024 to purchase your tickets today.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. Help me get the MLS All-Star Game party started at Rally House in Reynoldsburg for a special event this Sunday. I'll be there 10 to noon. Meet former Crew player Alejandro Moreno for a picture and autograph from 1 to 2. Even get a special MLS house-branded rally towel as a gift with purchase for the first 150 customers starting right at high noon. It's all this Sunday. Rally House is much more than just another sports store. Located in the shops at East Broad in Reynoldsburg, show your colors at Rally House. See you Sunday.
Next. The last thing you want to do is take another trip to the doctor's office.
And sign here and here and here.
Save yourself the hassle by visiting VeriHeal.com to talk to a state-licensed medical provider about medical cannabis. You'll see if you pre-qualify in just a few minutes. Simple as that. That'll make your day go from this to this. Visit VeriHeal.com. VeriHeal. VeriHeal.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and championship teams need to have two things, heart and soul. Well, at Monogram Homes, they know a thing or two about heart and soul of a new custom home. My friend Bob and his team at Monogram take pride in offering a true custom home building experience. They will take your ideas, your vision, and transform them into the home of your dreams. So let Monogram Homes pour their heart, their soul into your new custom home today. Check them out online at monogramhomes.net. That's monogramhomes.net.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Timmy Hall and Austin Ward, all you fine Buckeye fans, Cam the man back there. Thank you guys so much for fitting the Buckeye Show into your lovely weeks. And I hope it was a very lovely week, and I hope it's an even better weekend. And if you love golf, boy, do we love those morning rounds. I was telling you, Austin, I wish they started earlier. I want it to be over early. I want it to be over by noon on Sunday, but it won't fit there.
Think about the people over there. Come on. You don't want them to have to go see championship Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.?
I love watching it here.
Let them get their juices flowing.
Yeah.
Let the crowds get live.
They're going to start, around 10 a.m. our time, the final groupings on Sunday, because it'll be about 2-ish out there, like it is here. 5-hour difference. So it might even be closer to 3 there.
I think,
10 a.m., 5-hour difference.
So that's what it's like for the U.S. Open and the Masters, right? The final groups get out around 2:30.
It's about 2:40-ish. Yeah. And you get more sunlight out there in that part of the world this time of year. So they have a little bit more wiggle room playing later in the afternoon so they can get into their TV windows a little bit later, possibly.
A few more pints.
Oh, yes. Pints at the pubs.
And if Shane Lowry keeps that lead throughout the weekend, there'll be a lot of drinking.
He looks like he'd do pretty well at a pub.
I think that's his claim to fame. Did you see his press conference today?
I didn't.
This was great, Timmy. The reporter asked him, he said, because Shane Lowry got a lead, and when he won the British Open a couple of years ago, he never looked back. He dominated throughout the weekend. They said,
right.
Shane, do you consider yourself a good front runner? And Shane said, I don't really consider myself a runner. And then everybody had a great laugh.
A bit of a laugh there.
Yeah, a wee bit of a laugh.
A little laugh.
Yeah, not
the
a runner.
Irishman, funny lad.
Yeah, he's great. He's got a great personality.
Yeah, I'd love to see him win. I'd love to see Justin Rose win a little bit more because I think an Open championship would mean a whole hell of a lot to him. And Shane's already got one, and he got one at Royal Portrush. He got to cross the border from Ireland to Northern Ireland, win an Open championship. I know that no matter where it was, whether it was in Great Britain, Ireland, Northern Ireland, would have meant a lot to Shane Lowry. It'll mean a hell of a lot to a guy like Justin Rose. They were showing clips of his famous shot that he dunked for Eagle back in 1998.
Feels so long
One of my
ago.
early golf memories.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm a 14-year-old kid just starting to get into watching every major because of this Tiger dude basically shoving golf down your throat. Like, he was that good, you had to watch.
You had Tiger doing that. Then you had Justin Rose with the dunk. And I think
Sergio,
the year after that was Sergio
had
by the tree and the running across the fairway.
Medina.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Timmy, you got not just, like, it's going to be early. You get up and have some coffee golf.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have the Barracuda out there in Reno. So you have all day golf all weekend. And you can tune in. And I'm not going to let you steal hashtag Buckeyes this week from me. Neil Shipley went bonkers today. Stableford scoring system, 9 birdies, vaults up the leaderboard. He was on the wrong side of the cut line after day one. I think he scored, 15
He's 12th.
points? What did he have? More than 15 points?
He's got 20
today.
points now. He's only 6 back of the lead.
20 total. So he went nuts on the birdies. It's just, we said it last week, say it again. It's fun to watch Neil Shipley making the moves here.
So part of hashtag Buckeyes will be Neil. We need to keep kneeling. We've got to have a Twitter or X account at the very least. Like, who? I think he just makes the account and there's 50,000 followers right there. He's got personality. People like this guy. One of the other tweets when you just Google or Twitter search Neil Shipley is him holding up the Myron Copes official terrible towel. Now, Brownie and Bengal fans don't want to hear that, but he's a Pittsburgh kid. What are you going to do?
Right.
I don't think anyone from Pittsburgh even knew that after, a month or two ago, before he was, double low am at Augusta and at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
But he's got the Arby's deal. He's got the flowing hair. He's a big, hefty dude. He is the perfect kind of guy for the game of golf. People like him. He's got the side-eye memes from his interview in Butler Cabin. Well, it's great.
That was the opportunity where he instantly would have gone to 50,000, 500,000. Oh, like overnight followers with the side eye.
Maybe more like 500,000.
The Tiger situation, yeah.
You got to strike.
Get on there and make, because
you're just making money for just being on social media. Do it.
Yeah. Just make, because he made jokes about it afterwards as well.
Right. He seemed comfortable about it and very cool about it. And his phone's getting blown up like crazy.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's just start an account for him. Let's become Neil Shipley's personal managers.
Oh, man. Let's hear from AIU. You heard my response to Austin last week after we had played some golf.
Reverse this week.
Playing him in reverse, yeah. It just happened that way. Austin Ward was happy about a nice weekend on the links in the Marysville Marathon, part of that Central Ohio 2-man scramble league. We had so much fun right after the 4th of July.
So I know Tim is glad to have me on the program tonight because I'm the only guy that he played with last weekend who could make a putt to save his life. Beamer was barely able to speak by the time he was Tim's partner, let alone try to swing a golf club. This is fun tonight, but I really wish we had some Jell-O shots here. That would have been nice. Or at least some Rooster's wings. I like the donkey flavor, and I think you guys know why. And why does Bodie keep asking me, who do you play for?
Oh.
I have actually never watched Miracle.
Don't tell him that.
I'm telling you because it's a safe space right now.
Yeah, right. It could get back to him. I don't know.
I don't like movies based on real life sporting events. I would rather watch the 80 U.S. Olympic team play those games.
Can't go back. You can't go back.
And I've also heard the entire
Kevin
movie.
Costner from Field of Dreams.
Yeah. It's I feel like I've seen it now at this point, but that's a hill that I will die on.
Cam, when do you want us to end this fine show? 20 seconds? That sounds good. Give me the thumbs up.
20 seconds.
Austin, it was so good.
It was great.
Adam King's band.
He can't come back.
You're not.
There's no coming back.
You can't go back.
That's a tough life.
Can't go back.
I can't believe he did that to us.
Good stuff, Austin. That was a lot of fun. Obviously, we've got Buckeye Replay tomorrow at 1, the Cardale Jones game at 6. Do not miss it tomorrow. Coming up next, little thing called You'll See on The Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
We go to war for you.
Hi, it's Robert Sugar. Uber or Lyft accident? At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit WARFORYOU.com for a free consultation. Results matter. Let us fight for your rights. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit WARFORYOU.com.
War for you. WARFORYOU.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hey Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Fair banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing.